Welcome back. If you haven't watched part 1 of this series, make sure that you go back and watch part 1 because the opportunities and information in part 1 are just as incredible as in this part, which is part 2. And in the next part, which is part 3, there are all the YouTube mentions that I have out there from my stock watch list that's available through the Patreon. You can find that link down in the description. With that said, let's get right into part 2. The next stock is ADP, and this one I said bullish, and this was back on June the 15th. So if we go back to June the 15th, there we go. We had an engulfing candle. It did sell off. It bounced off its 50-day, and then it moved up strongly back over the 200-day, and we possibly could see another move up. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see this come back down and retest its 200-day and form into a golden cross moment. We are in overbought territory right now. So still bullish on ADP. We want to watch for it to return to its 200-day, and this is one that I think that can return to us beautifully as well. As a matter of fact, we might even see a little bit of a cup and handle come off of this one where it comes back down this way, maybe halfway to its 200-day, and then it turns around again. So keep on an eye out for that one, especially with the golden cross coming up, especially being back into bullish territory on the RSI. ADP is that ticker symbol. Let's move on. This one, CrowdStrike, is the next one. And this one I think is actually at a beautiful place right now above its 50-day. So it had its golden cross moment. You can see that it really did sell off, that we had a bit of a day where it broke to the upside, found resistance at about $160-ish a share just above that, and then it has been riding along its 50-day as support ever since. So this is one that I think is going to continue to move in the bullish direction for us. We got to watch out because we keep on retesting that resistance at about $160 per share, so about $10 up from where it's at now, and that's about 6 to 7% gain from where it sits on its 50-day. So I think that there's a lot of opportunity in the near term for CrowdStrike. All right, my next friend is Datadog. There we go. DDOG is that ticker symbol. And this one really did take off for us, and really nice success for this one. I talked about this one and CrowdStrike, which is the last one, on June the 15th. So June the 15th is right there. There we go. I got the crosshairs on it. That's June the 15th. I said this thing's going to break out soon and most likely to the upside. And you can see it actually did settle at around 92.50 for a little bit, and then finally ripped higher after that one. And the RSI has barely just kissed bearish territory just these few days, then right back up into bullish territory. And if we zoom out, you can see during the sell-off time, we spent most of that time below 50 on the RSI, so bearish. As per the momentum indicator that we have here, with very few peaks up in a bullish territory. And now we spent a very long time up in bullish territory, going along with the markets. And I think Datadog's really going to set to impress. I think in the near term, we get a bit of a sell-off. Maybe it comes back down to about $100 per share before it starts its next leg up. Maybe it retests its 50-day. If we get a large rip downward, that momentum can actually carry it a little bit through its 50-day, but I think it will quickly retake it. We're going to have to watch for market sentiment. So still short-term bearish on Datadog, although I think after it settles a little bit and retraces for a little bit, about that bounce off $100 or just through $100, I think is really where we're going to start to see that. If it does go through 100 and crosses back up above 100, I think that would be a nice little buying signal for us and give us a nice little 10% upside possibility on that one. All right, this video is getting long. I better keep on cranking through these. Generac, there we go. This one is another one I was very excited about on June the 16th, and this one played out really well for us. So if we go all the way back to June the 16th, that is right about here, and I said we could possibly see it cross back up above its 200-day. The very next day, Generac took off, and so as a matter of fact, let me pull the interval stats on that one. There we go. So going from the 16th over to the 21st. So for this one, the interval stats are showing that's an 18% gain to be had, and actually Generac is setting up again for another movement. Now it's already fairly run up, but the RSI has settled. It is not an overbought territory. This is almost, honestly, I think we're setting up for that next leg up for Generac. We're going to have to watch that, and if so, we have a fair amount of room, especially if we have severe weather continuing, and we have different power outages and stuff. Generac, I think, is one that can really stand to capitalize on that, and we have a lot of room. We have like 15% worth of room to the upside for Generac. Keep that on your radar, please. I think you'll be glad you did. Again, digital is another one. double bottom on this one. I think this one's crossing up above its 200-day soon, and I think that we're going to see that golden cross moment for it. Absolutely bullish on Gen Digital. I talked about this one on June the 16th as well, and let's find where that is. So June the 16th, going back here, we had a bit of a sell-off on that day. A little bit more weakness, although it does show us where to find that support just under $18 a share. About $17.70 is where we find that, and I think it is actually setting up really nicely for its next bullish move. So holy cow, I think that one, I might take a position on that one soon. I kind of worry a little bit about being so close to the 200-day. I might hold off to see that break up above the 200-day because I think that's where we really start to get room for an incredible climb from there. So it looks like about entry above $20 per share, and it looks like we can stop out from there around 21. So that'd be about a 5% gain up above the 200-day. So GEN is the ticker symbol on that one. Same day, June the 16th, I also mentioned ATO. June 16th, this thing had a closing price of 117 and moved up to 122. Not bad. It probably has not finished its upward run, so we can watch for that possibly to keep on going, especially after yesterday's strong move to the upside. So that's ticker symbol ATO, possibly a little bit more movement to the upside on that one. So keep a look at that one. And not my favorite one out there right now. It did move the way that I expected. I would hope for a little bit more. I don't think that the move on that one's done yet. Let's move over to AMD. AMD was a complete flop for me in the short term. I thought this one would hold 50-day support, and you can see it broke its 50-day support. So big old letter F on this one for failure for AMD in the short term, although I believe that this is one that is still going to trade within its channel. Let me see if I still have the channel up here for this one. I do. So it actually started trading below the channel that I had on here, and then from there it was riding the 50-day, broke through the 50-day. We're going to have to watch and see if it's going to hold its current level that it's at right now, or if it's going to keep on dropping. And if we zoom out further from its current price, it is sitting at places where we found either support or resistance before. It could possibly drop a little bit more. Maybe if it drops down to about that $100 mark, we're going to have to watch and see. Maybe that's where we can start changing directions again on AMD. So you can keep that on your list there. Next one's Moderna. MRNA is the ticker symbol. Here we go. It actually broke outside of its pattern. It's actually up above this line that we have. However, it's struggling to break the 50-day. So actually it was bearish on Moderna. Right now, it's currently at a critical support level at about $122 per share. It actually really finds bottom on this thing at about $117 per share. And that's a long-term bottom. Look at that thing. Like, that goes all the way back to February of 2021 from Moderna, and it just keeps on squeezing down. And it's possible that this thing recovers on some good news. If Moderna does reverse, it's going to be incredible. If Moderna does fall, it's going to fall very hard. So big fat question mark on Moderna. Still bearish on Moderna. I don't know if it breaks its 50-day. It's a good sign so far. It's failing to do so on the green days. It pops up above a little peekaboo several times over now. You can see peekaboos where the candles break above and then they just fall through. The next one that I have for you is Intel, ticker symbol INTC. And for Intel I marked down as bullish like I did for AMD. I put them down at the same time. That goes back to June the 21st for AMD, Moderna, and Intel. Just so you can go back and look at those. I apologize for missing the dates. So let's go back to June the 21st here. I said bullish from there, and so far it sort of kind of worked out. It's actually a little bit sideways. I wouldn't call this really a success, although unlike AMD, it's actually respecting its 50-day for support. It's actually still within the channel. And if it actually reverses course from here, I think it's actually going to break through the top side of the channel. So still bullish on Intel. Matter of fact, I like it more than AMD at the moment as far as technicals go for trading. This concludes part 2. Make sure that if you haven't already that you get your 16 free stocks from Moomoo. Sign up, make your deposit using my link that's down in the description. Also, if you want access to my exclusive content through my Patreon, that link is also down there. Be part of the community. We'd absolutely love to have you. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, learning is earning, and we'll see you in part 3.